Hi everyone! Thank you so much for coming onto my channel today. Today I have a wonderful get ready with me with this makeup look. I hope you all enjoy. If you would like to follow me, stay tuned. Okay, so I've got my bangs out of my face. I've already moisturized my face, now it's time to prime it. I like to use primer by Tarte. It is their base tape by Tarte, because that's where my oiliness is. I have combination skin, so the rest of my face is like really dry. Over here is more oily. Everything else, the moisturizer just works just fine for the primer. It doesn't move anywhere. Next, I'm going to be doing my brows, because I like to do my brows first. I'm going to be taking the Take Me Back to Brazil palette. I'm just going to be using the matte black right here. And then, of course, I'm going to be just taking an angle brush of any kind and just filling in my brows. Alright, now that my brows are done, we'll perfect them later once I do my foundation and everything like that. I'll define them more. Next, I am going to be priming my eyes. My NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Milk. Taking this palette right here, the BH Studio Pro, and I'm just going to be taking my favorite go-to, just plain white. It's a matte white. And I'm just going to be putting that over the cream base that we put on. I'm just going to take a fluffy brush, just this simple fluffy brush, and I'm just going to put it on. Studio Pro palette. I might use some other different like colors, but for right now this is what I want. Okay, so in the Beach Cosmetics palette I'm going to be taking this color right here, which is a very like a plummy purple color. It's very pretty, very good for a smoky eye if you want to do it. Very like simple, basic kind of smoky eye where you're not having to do a whole lot of work. I'm just gonna be using it as a mirror. So we're just gonna be taking the big fluffy brush, which is good for what we're going to be using in the outer. And we're just gonna take a little tiny bit of it. Don't do too much. Remember, you can always add more. You can't take off, because then you'll just be getting rid of your base. So you're gonna take it, and you're just going to gently, what I've learned through the years is I gently dab where I want it to be, and then I will blend it out, just so I know exactly the shape that I want it, instead of, you know, like I've already put it on so I can't really change it and then it looks kind of weird. And then I'm only going to do it to about right there. That's as far as I go, because I'm going to be adding more colors to it. And then we're just going to do the same on the other side. then with a clean brush, just going to try and move it around as much as you possibly can. There's no new product on it, whatsoever. I just cleaned it off with a light hand. Just barely, barely touch it. Just go like this, just barely touch it. Just move the powder in the way that you want it to look. Okay, and then I am going to be dipping it in from my Swamp Queen Graveyard Girl Tarte palette. I'm just going to be taking the color in Man Cat, which is this really pretty purple right here. And then I'm going to be putting it, just blending it in through this area right here. And I want to leave this lid open because I'm going to be putting some color there. And I'm just going to be finding a place to put it. I'm just going to be taking this brush right here. Just a simple little angled brush. Not really angled. It's more like a flat brush. Not so much a concealer brush. Just a little tiny bit of this, because this color is very pigmented and it goes a long way. Basically what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to give the darker purple more definition, more depth to it. It gives the smoky eye more of an oomph if you add a little bit more definition to the different colors that you would put in, because normally like a smoky eye is about 3 to 4 colors. I like to bring more to it, just depending on how creative I'm feeling in a day. And then we're going to be taking a clean blending brush again, and we're just going to gently blend it out. It's on the same little like brush that I have. Just so those colors blend very well together. And you get a very nice gradient effect. If you need to add more, add more. But it should look a little something like that. And then of course anything that's left over, we will clean it up afterwards, because we are not done. Next color I'm going to be taking, it is from this cute eyeshadow, cute little eyeshadow that I got from Ipsy. It's from Space Case Cosmetics. Say that 5 times fast. And it's in Alien Love Child. It is this gorgeous purple. Can you see that? So we are going to be taking a smaller brush, but trust me, it's worth it. We're going to be taking this little brush right here. It's a short shader, that's what it's called. And then we're just going to be taking it and we're going to be putting it in this area right here, and it's just going to give it that nice beautiful pop of color. Now if you don't have that color, try and find a purple that you could use from, like you could also just use like this pretty purple right here. It will give it the kind of same effect that I'm going for. And when it comes to smoky eyes, play around with the colors. If you need to add some more of the dark to kind of like blend it into it, to give it to more of that gradation that you would want, or if you want it to be a little bit lighter, drag up the purple up more and then lighten up the darkness a little bit. It's really to each his own. You can never really go wrong with a smoky eye. It is so simple, so easy to do, so don't be discouraged by it. Now see, I'm going back into the darker colors just to enhance the smokiness just a little bit more. I'm just going to be using the same brushes that I used before. Okay, next thing that we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking the darker colors and we're going to be bringing it down into there to give it that smoky effect that everybody knows and loves. So we're going to be taking that darker color, the one that we first used in the crease right here, and then we're just going to take it to the bottom part right here, and then we're just going to smoke it out. Make faces. Make the weird faces, it helps. It looks weird. You might be embarrassed, but it's okay. Okay, now you may look like a raccoon. You may look like a panda at first, but that's okay, because we're gonna blend everything. Don't worry. I will not discourage you. I will not make you look like a panda. And this takes practice. It takes a lot of practice to get it how you like to. How you want the blend to look. We're taking that purplish color, the darker color, the man cat. This one right here in this palette. And we're just going to be putting it right here with the smokiness you want to do darker to lighter to the highlight that you want to use. And then before you do the highlight, you're going to take a big fluffy brush and you're going to blend everything. If you want to make it a little bit closer to your line, you can just take a Q-tip with some makeup remover or anything, and you can just like gently move that away if you like. This is why I don't do foundation first, because you mess up. And you can always fix it later. But if you do foundation, you can't fix it. You would take off a bunch of your foundation and then you have to reapply the foundation. Well, you have to reapply the moisturizer, the primer, and the foundation. And that's a headache. No one wants to do that. No one has time for that. Then we're going to be taking that really pretty lighter purple and we're going to be adding that as just like a really nice purple color effect to tie in the purple from the top. And we're just going to be using the same brush again. And we're just going to add it right here. It gives it that nice, really pretty purple effect. I love it. I love doing my smoky eyes like this. Now everybody can do it differently. You can go as light as you would like. You don't have to go as heavy, but me personally, I like to use darker makeup. I like to go a little heavy with my makeup. That's just how I express myself. Express yourself however you want to. And then if you would like to, you can use that as this time to blend out the bottom colors, to use the purple just to, you know, lighten things up just like a little tiny bit if you would like. purple. And this is the time where you clean up if you would want to, or if you're like me and you like a little bit more of the messier look. Now we go on to the highlight. So I'm gonna be using two different kind of highlighters today. One of them is an actual highlighter, the other one is a really, really pretty eyeshadow that I've been wanting to play around with as a highlighter. So I'm going to be using my Becca highlighter in Pearl. Love this highlighter. This is really, really pretty white, as you can see. White highlighter. You probably can't because my ring light, but it's perfect for me because I'm very pale. I like to enhance my paleness when I do my foundation, so this highlighter is magical. So we're going to be taking a nice highlighter, kind of like blender brush. It's like a dome kind of shape. It's a contour eyeshadow brush. That's what this one's called. So I'm just going to be taking the highlighter and I'm going to be highlighting my brow bone. And then I'm going to be taking it to the inner part of my eye, where the white still is. And then kind of like blend it upward and into the other colors that are already there. It will give it this nice gradient effect. I like to use that word a lot if you couldn't tell, because that's really all that a smoky eye is gradation of colors, making it look more complicated than it is. And then see, it just softens everything out. It doesn't make it look as harsh. Remember, you want the harshness in this part right here. And you can always tone that down if you want. I like to use a lot of eyeliner, so I like to make it as dramatic as possibly can with my eyeshadows, so that way it doesn't hide away when I do my my eyeliner. Next, I'm going to be taking, again, I got this in an Ipsy bag. It's by this company called Space Case Cosmetics. I really, really like their products. I'm thinking about getting some from their actual website or buying it directly from Ipsy, because their pigmentations and everything is just so nice, so good for like what I use them for. And this one is called In Taste Stargasm. It is so pretty, so pretty. It's this beautiful silver. And I'm going to be using that in the inner corners here just to enhance it, just to pop the width of my highlight. I like a lot of highlight. I like to be seen from space. I'm gonna just take like a little bit of it and add it to the brow bone. And there. So cute. And then next, if you have an eyelash primer, use that. Let it sit in your eyelashes while you do your tight line, which is your waterline. And then do your wing liner, and then I'll get back to you. If anybody that is newer to tight lining, is you take just a pencil eyeliner. You're not supposed to tug on your skin, but if you need to, just to get it close to the waterline right here. I know that's gross, and a lot of people get freaked out by doing this, or if you get freaked out by people watching people do this, you could just look away. Just listen to me talk. So you're going to take it and you're just going to gently place it on. Just color it on until you get more comfortable with it, and then you can do darker and darker and darker. I'm sorry, if I'm like looking down, I'm just like looking at myself. It feels weird to like look up at the actual like camera part. And then you just do that, and then you just go along the waterline. And then when you do the top, you look up, look directly up, and you'll feel it like right here. And then if it helps, close your eye. You can take it and then you can go like this. Don't put any pressure on it, just lightly put it on there and it will, as you can see, it'll do its job. It's a trick. It's something like if you're doing somebody else's makeup, definitely you can tell them to do that too. If they don't feel comfortable with you like taking a pencil eyeliner to their eyeball and stabbing it, you can just have them close their eye and then just gently go like this across it. Just ever so slightly, putting just like a little tiny bit of pressure and it's perfect. Next, I'm going to be taking my liquid eyeliner in by NYX. It is their professional ink liner, and just black, waterproof, and it looks just like this. Focus. Are you gonna focus? Probably not, but you can tell. It's black. It's just a felt tip. I prefer felt tips. I like them a whole lot better, especially for my dramatic eyes that I like to do. If you are new to liquid eyeliner, it is, again, practice makes perfect. Just follow the outline of your natural eye shape and then go as dramatic as you want. If you don't want a whole lot of eyeliner, if you don't want a whole lot of wing, just go little by little, and once you start getting more comfortable with it, go longer and longer. Q-tips are your best friend when it comes to liquid eyeliners, and pray to the eyeliner gods that you get the wing that you want. Don't breathe. That's no joke. Don't breathe, you don't mess up. And if you want to go a little crazy, you can add some dots, some fun dots if you want. It's all personal taste. Now I'm gonna go and do foundation. Eyelashes last, fixing up eyebrows last. I am going to be using my Flawless Finish Foundation in Light Ivory. Now this is not perfect to my skin tone the way that I like to, so I just do a few pumps on my hand. And then a little trick that I do is I take my NYX Cosmetics crayon in milk. I take some of it, put that on my hand, and I mix it in with the foundation. And then it gives it that more pale tone that I like, that is my skin tone. And then I just mix that all together. And if you can hear my cat, that is Loki. He wants my attention. And then I just use like this brush right here. It looks a little gross right now just because I was mixing foundations. That's not enough white. I want some more. There we go. That's a perfect shade for me. It is hard for me to find a shade that actually goes with my skin tone and the way that I like to be when it comes to my foundation. I know there are some that you can use automatically that are just this pale that I like. I just don't have the means for it. So I'm just going to be taking this brush right here, the concealer brush, and I'm just going to be painting on my face for right now, and then I will use a bigger brush to buff it out. If you use a beauty blender, use a beauty blender. If you use your fingers, as long as they're clean. And for all of you out there, you ladies, gentlemen, whoever is watching me that does their makeup, whomever, if you are doing your foundation, CC cream, BB cream, tinted moisturizer, whatever you use, don't forget to do your neck. Please don't forget to do this part. Just blend it down so that way it doesn't look like you're wearing a mask. It's good for Halloween. It's cute for some, you know. Please just blend it down. It will save you from a lot of humiliation and a lot of nights where you stay up until like 4 in the morning thinking like, why did I do that? Why didn't I just blend it out? So yeah, blend it out. Next, I'm going to be taking my powder that I like to use, and it is the e.l.f. Perfect Finish HD powder in clear. It is just their translucent powder, and it comes in this little thing right here. And I'm just going to take a big fluffy brush, and I'm just going to be powdering my whole face, and especially in the T-zone area. Just so nothing moves. When I'm done with that, I am going to be taking my contour. I just use whatever contour you like. I like to use a more cool toned contour because again, I'm a pale woman. and I just use this cool tone eyeshadow right here. I don't have a contour set that has that, so as soon as I can, I will get one. Basically, I'm just going to contour however you like, but if you need some help with contouring, just stay tuned. So just take it and then go like this. A little bit goes a long way, and I just go into the other side. And then I blend out. Try and go from up here. Contouring, don't use a heavy hand. Go very light. You can always add on, but if you take off, you're gonna ruin your foundation. Also, you can use powder, whatever setting powder you have, if it will help lighten it up and make it to where the way that you want it to be. Next, I am going to be taking those highlighters that we used before and going to be highlighting my face with the, let's see, I'm going to be taking this brush. Actually, this is the one that I've been liking to use for my highlighters, maybe. I don't have a fan brush. I need to get a fan brush. Yeah, I'm just gonna use that one. And we're just taking the Becca first. And highlighting. That is just the Becca. I love her highlighter. I want to get a Jeffree Star highlighter so bad, but that's gonna have to wait. Then we're going to highlight the Cupid's bow, just ever so slightly. And if you like, put a little bit on your nose. That's just personal preference. And then we're going to be taking the Space Cosmetics eyeshadow in Intense Stargasm, the Pretty Silver. And we're just going to be adding that to the highlight here, just to give it that more intense glitter effect that I want. Next, it is all about the eyelashes. Take your eyelash curler. If you don't use one, that's okay. Whatever mascara you want, and then do those eyelashes. voila! Here is the finished look. My hair all done. My accessories. Well, that is the look for today, guys. I hope you all enjoyed. Hope you all have a wonderful day. Remember to do everything that you can to live your life for yourself and to always stay positive no matter what your life may be like. Remember, nothing is permanent. Everything happens for a reason. And by always, stay spooky, my friends.